See all you guys going at it.
Yeah, we got a lot of people snapping. Coach Fry really thinks that every guard should be able to play center. So he's really trying to get all the freshman guards to try to snap the ball. We're having trouble snapping right now. We're trying to get a consistent snap down. It's really hard when you're learning the offense too and technique at the same time. So it really just has to become a habit. But yeah, he's got everybody snapping.
Is there anybody who is kind of looking good there right now?
I think Chris Murray, the freshman, he's looking pretty good. He looks like he's snapped before. You know, a lot of the new guys don't really look like they've snapped a whole lot, but he has some pretty consistent snaps, and he's able to move his feet too at the same time. So.
What about Boss's continued progression at that position?
Yeah, we're moving Boss around from guard to center. We're just trying to. He's an athletic kid, really strong kid, older guy, so he's definitely a weapon for us. So we're just trying to find a place for him to fit. He did a lot in spring for center reps. Now he's doing a bit more guard, so he's just kind of going through the motions, seeing what fits.
Are you going to stay in the same spot from last year, you think?
I have no idea, actually. I couldn't even tell you right now. I'm moving around from left guard, right guard, center. I'm just kind of seeing what fits. I know my plays pretty well, so I can kind of play any position. So Coach Fry just kind of, I think, sees me as a guy that can really move around a lot.
Well, how is the offensive line gelling these days? A lot of success of the teams can be depending on you guys.
Yeah, we got a big role on us. My past 2 years I've been here, we've had pretty bad run offenses. I think my freshman year we were one of the worst in NCAA. So to come in here and not be able to run the ball really hurts me as an O-lineman. So I think a big thing for us is trying to run the ball, and that comes with aggression. Comes with a mentality in our offensive line room of, wanting to put the guy in front of us on the ground. So it's a big weight on our shoulders, and I think our guys can handle it.
What about Justin Murphy? How's he?
Oh, he's a beast. He came in the first day and was already putting people on the ground. He's huge. He just has athleticism. It's like he's never even been injured before. I don't know why Texas Tech wouldn't want him. He's one of the best guys in our room already. He knows his plays pretty well, and you can tell he has tons of experience under his belt.
Has he been slotting him at guard mostly, or
guard and tackle? He's kind of moving around. We have, like I said, we kind of have a big rotation for everybody. Coach Fry wants the tackles to also learn guard, learn both tackles. So he's moving around just like everybody else.
Have you been around Chip long enough to be confident that he could turn around not only the running game but just the offense?
Yeah. He's one of the smartest football minds I've ever met. It's like he knows every little thing on every play, which he's probably supposed to, but it's just cool to see that every mistake we make, he sees it right away. Every mistake the wide receivers make, he sees it right away. And it's just the way our offense is run is just really cool. It all works together like a puzzle. So I think it's going to work out great.
When did that first resonate with you, that he kind of could pick up every little detail?
We started doing practices, and we did walkthroughs after.
Yeah.
And when we do the walkthroughs after, it's like you target run the same plays we ran in the morning, and exact same play, exact same front, and then you fix the mistake. So we'll have like another mistake during that walkthrough that we didn't have in the morning, and while he's looking at the original mistake, he also sees the other mistake. It's like he sees everything as one big picture, and he sees everybody at the same time.
How much do you think that kind of will help elevate everybody else, kind of that attention to detail?
Yeah, well, it's cool because it's basically we have two position coaches. I got Coach Fry telling me my technique and all that, and then if I screw up, like have an MA missed assignment, then Coach Kelly is also, telling me you got to learn your plays. So really, it just helps everybody. It's like a second position coach, really.
You talked about how the offense is kind of flowing and kind of fitting like a puzzle. It's still very early here.
Yep.
Do you feel like that's already the case? That you guys are kind of working already?
I think right now we're definitely still in the learning phase.
Okay.
It's definitely it's way better than last week. I can already tell you that. I think the first 4 or 5 practices was really just a huge learning phase. I think now we're progressing more into, okay, we know our plays. Now we got to work on the technique. We got to get everything flowing together.
How are you guys adjusting these practices?
Tempo's good. We did, with our new strength coach, Coach Wintrick, we did a lot more stuff in the winter to prepare for it. So everybody, I think I've asked everybody, and they all say they're in the best shape they've ever been in playing football, just from the workouts. And then practice is a whole other beast. So just being able to run, you know, we ran like 18 plays in, I think it was 6 minutes, which is crazy. I've never done that before. And it doesn't even feel like we're going that fast because we've just been used to it since spring and from all the running we've done in the winter. So it feels pretty normal to us, actually.
Is it an endurance thing? Is it a mental thing?
I think it's both, because the hard part about it is while you're tired after a play, you don't have time to think about anything. You just have to run to the ball. So you don't have time to even think about catching your breath. You don't have time to think about where to line up. You just have to run to the ball.
You mentioned the concern snapping the ball. How big of a worry is that? I mean, I guess we're like 2.5 weeks away from the opener. You guys are still kind of identifying who's going to do that.
I'd say we have pretty consistent snaps from, I think, I'm pretty consistent, and I think Chris Murray is also pretty consistent. Some of our other guys, most of them are good, but just a few mistakes here and then. I think in the next week they'll all be cleaned up. I think it'll be fine. Coach Fry's really helping out with that. He just makes it simple. Just snap the ball. You don't have to do anything fancy. Just throw the ball back. So it's an easy fix, and I'm sure we'll get it fixed pretty quick.
How do you think the running backs are coming together?
I like the new running backs, actually. I think a lot of them are just really good athletes. But I think that the running backs are definitely still in learning phase, like with us. So there's new gaps, there's new schemes, everything's new. So it's hard for them to see, like when a hole doesn't open up until after like 3 seconds, the ball snapped. So it's hard for them. We watch film and we think, why don't they just hit this gap? And then we realize that's not even the gap they're supposed to hit. So, yeah.
Can you go into a little bit more just maybe what preparing for that tempo of practice was like? Because you hear about Chip Kelly and all you read about is just kind of the pace with which he likes to go about it. How much kind of fear was there about just how much more conditioned you had to be, and how much more did you feel like you had to prepare going into spring and fall practice? Yeah,
well, I thought we were just going to be basically sprinting for 30 minutes before practice because I heard rumors. But really it's more about practice. Like, practice will get you conditioned. There's the weight room in the off season, which really helps. But I think mainly if you can just learn to run through a whole series as fast as possible, then it shouldn't be a problem. As long as you can do that, you should be able to do it in the game. So really it's just doing reps at practice. That's probably the best condition we get.